Namaskaram, Jai Hind, folks. It's a very special day that I'm meeting you all once again in a video format. This is for the festival of karwa chauth, that is today, the 13th of October 2022, a Thursday. Most people in North India are aware of karwa chauth, have been for many eons, and it's caught up in the south as well in terms of the geographical spread. But today I want to go beyond the rituals associated with it, beyond the mere marital harmony and its tender love. In fact, karavā means that tender love, which is almost like a rat, rodent-like, mushaka. And mushaka vahana is also significant for today, as you shall shortly find out. And it's a quadrant, which is why it is chauth, karwa chauth. Chauth is actually a Hindi-ized version of the Sanskrit chaturthi. So karwa chauth, spiritual significance is what you're going to hear from me today. Beyond mere marital harmony and its tender love of karwa quadrant chauth, thanks to aping word of mouth and blind faith-based family traditions, popular culture of movies or even TV series and commercial ads, the karwa chauth vrat has been minimized to an annual fast and in some cases feast and festival too, to reinforce marital bonds, either marriages which have gone awry or marriages which have not taken place or which are on the brink of a divorce, etc., to reinforce such marital bonds, or even if the marriage is going on relatively well, to make it even better or to retain it as it is. Such a watered down version obviously becomes a lame duck for pseudo feminists to denigrate it without any sincere effort expended at understanding the fundamental facts involved in this amazing celebration. Indeed, like all other practices of Sanatana Dharma, the wonderful heritage of karwa chauth vrat too has far more astronomical, astrological, and most importantly, life-enhancing experiential significance for every one of us on the spiritual path of sadhana, irrespective of the gender of the physical body that we have been temporarily endowed with. To decipher the takeaways for sadhaks, let us recognize, or rather recognize, how the lunisolar calendar helps us schedule, both in terms of date and time, this particular event of karwa chauth. It obviously does not fall on the same Gregorian date year after year, right? For the Gregorian calendar has negligible astronomical contemporary significance even. The lunisolar calendar, on the other hand, which we follow in Bharat, reverberates with life within and without to infra, subatomic, not even material but energy level, to ultra super cosmic at the universe or multiverse level. In this context, karwa chauth vrat is invariably on the waning fourth, that is Krishna Paksha Chaturthi, of which month? Of the Purnanta Kartika Masa. Many people will be wondering it's not yet Kartika Masa because in South India we follow the Amanta lunar calendar. So the Amanta lunar month is still Asvayuja, which is a fortnight. Our calendar, which is Amavasya to Amavasya, is a fortnight behind as always. But what we are talking of is the Purnanta Kartika Masa or Amanta Ashvayuja. In this particular configuration, the waning fourth or the Krishna Paksha Chaturthi is what we are talking about. Hence, Karwa Chauth Vrat consistently occurs on the only annual coincidence of the monthly Sankashtahara Chaturthi Tithi with Kritika Nakshatra, the Pleiades constellation. Recollect that as observed from the local earth fixed reference frame, each day's Tithi marks the relative positions of the sun and the moon, while each day's nakshatra locates the moon using the background map of constellations. And Kritika is the closest constellation to us, 444 light years away. That means the Kritika that you are seeing in the night sky tonight, very close to the moon, is not the Kritika of today. It is the Kritika of 444 years back, whatever light it emitted at that time, when your great-great-grandfather was probably alive. That light you are seeing now. And the light of today will be seen probably by your great-great-grandchildren, if they exist, 444 years down the line. So, recollect that as observed from the local earth fixed reference frame, each day's Tithi marks the relative positions of the sun and the moon, while each day's nakshatra locates the moon using the background map of these constellations, 27 of them including Kritika. The sun conformally maps to our spiritual self or Atma or Shiva, as you see here, in this beautiful shawl gifted to me by my sister. And the moon, on the other hand, conformally maps to our emotional mind, Manas, alias Shakti. Hence, the yearly occurrence of our soulful creativity or Kritika with our troubleshooting potential via devotional surrender of the body, mind, intellect, BMI. To who? Not to some God sitting somewhere, but to ourself. That is Sankashtahara Chaturthi. As you see here, my Ishtadevata Ganesha, Sankashtahara Chaturthi. So the coincidence of Kritika and Sankashtahara Chaturthi is what is Karavā Chauth. In other words, the yearly concurrence of our soulful creativity in the peacock that you see here, the Vahana of Kartikeya Muruga. So the annual concurrence or coincidence of our soulful creativity, in other words Kritika, with our troubleshooting potential via devotional surrender of the BMI to ourself, that is Sankashtahara Chaturthi, is Karwa Chauth once a year. Invaluable from a yogic perspective too, Karwa Chauth brings together the life energy, that is Kundalini, associated with the principles of Sankashtahara Ganapati at the Mooladhara. Once again, I like to show you this. Yes. See, at the Mooladhara is the Ganapati, and at the Swadhisthana right above it is the Kartikeya principle, right? Associated with Kritika, and the other one, Sankashtahara Chaturthi, associated with Ganapati. So invaluable even from a yogic perspective is the Karwa Chauth, because it brings together the life energy or Kundalini, which is associated with the principles of Sankashtahara Ganapati at the Mooladhara with Kartikeya at the Swadhisthana. Moreover, this year 2022 Karwa Chauth is even more special because it occurs on a Thursday, that is Guruvar, rendering it doubly significant from the viewpoint of our darkness redeeming inner cave or Guru Guha, which is nothing but Kartikeya. Both eulogized as the sons of our dark matter and dark energy. Ganapati and Kartikeya. Sankashtahara Ganapati and the Kritika Nakshatra Pleiades brought up, cared for Kartikeya. Moreover, this year, as I said, is so special because the Guru Guha or the inner cave is at our Swadhisthana. So this transformation of energy which takes place at each of the chakras can be integrated with the first two chakras, energies coming together on this particular day. So it's really ripe for spiritual practices because Ganapati and Kartikeya are eulogized as the sons of our dark matter and dark energy, Shiva Shakti. But this is just dialectical, as you know. That's the deeper life-transforming relevance of Karwa Chauth as the primordial union of our self into our life. Those of you are not familiar with these terms, just look at Srimati Vasanta Kumari Sampath's channel's latest video on YouTube where I explain this new concept of our life that I brought up. Single word with L in uppercase. So, Karwa Chauth is the primordial union of our self with our life, or rather into our life. Dialectically, of course, represented as the masculine Pingala or the Linga integrating into the feminine Ida or the Yoni. All happening right now, right here, within our own individual bodies. No two bodies are required for this. Within our own individual bodies, energy sheath, or what we call as the Pranamaya Kosha. So let us leverage it all in the depth of meditation or dhyana and equilibrated intellect or samadhi, if you're capable of it by now, with the Ashtanga Yoga principle at the pinnacle of it. Aided by the Karwa Chauth fast to easily reduce body consciousness, as it is called in the West, but rather it is the responsibly responding and effortlessly zeroing out the BMI's waning perturbations as the moon rises at 8:40 p.m. tonight and is reflected in the mirror of our own mind. You know, all these are significant from a ritual perspective also on Karwa Chauth, the mirror, the husband and the moon. But all of these have dialectical, inner, figurative significances for each one of us as individuals, whether male or female, whether bachelor, spinster, married, unmarried, divorced, or whatever the hell it might be. So, at 8:40 p.m. tonight, the moon rises and will be reflected in the mirror of what? Not a physical mirror that you see your face in, but the mirror of our own mind, reinforcing the fact that moonlight is not its own either, but that of ourself. Yes, the sunlight, burning bright through every one of the so-called troubles, sans any semblance of suffering now and hereafter. Hey Shambhav Shankar Uma Maheshwar Gauri Priya Sada Shiva. So do leverage the true spiritual significance of Karwa Chauth